I have helped multiple copywriters reach 10K per month and documented their very journey on this channel. On top of that, I also have helped hundreds of copywriters quit their 9-to-5 jobs, escape the matrix, if you will, and become full-time copywriters as well. I have built the #1 copywriting channel on all of YouTube, and now I'm quitting. And if you're smart, you will too. So not only am I going to tell you exactly why, but I'm also going to show you exactly what to do next. Look, copywriting is the thing that actually took me from somebody working 3 jobs at once just to get by to being able to make 10K per month and actually have the freedom to do what I want when I want. But despite all of that, I quit traditional copywriting for good. Why? Well, it's probably not because of what you're thinking. See, there's a brand new business model of copywriting that's been right under our noses this whole time that is just far superior. And by the end of this video, I'm going to reveal the actual business model that makes it way easier to make so much more money for your clients. It has significantly less competition. It actually uses AI to its advantage rather than tries to fight it. And I've actually already been teaching this very business model to my students. They've already been getting crazy results. For example, one of my students who got a 7.5K deal on Upwork from somebody actually coming up to him and wanting to work for him. Another one of my students who generated over $1 million for their client. And finally, another student who 5x'd their client's email income. And he did that within 30 days as well. And I'm making this video now so that you can actually stay ahead of the trend in this pivotal moment of the online marketing space. So make sure you stick around because I'm going to show you how to make life-changing money. And if you skip the video or end it in the middle, you're gonna miss some important piece of information that you need in order to succeed. So you might be thinking, well, Tyson, what about copywriting? I mean, why aren't you quitting after all this success? And the truth is, I actually quit copywriting a very long time ago. You see, even my very first copywriting client, I didn't just do copywriting for, which goes against the traditional sense of copywriting, because we've all been told all you need to do is open up a Google Doc, write some words for them, and then send out the link, and you'll make a ton of money. And while that might have been the case, that wasn't the case even for me when I started about 3 years ago. On top of that, I've even been preaching this exact same message for years on my channel. From the very beginning, I've been telling you guys, copywriting is a great skill to start, but you're gonna need other skills on top of that as well if you wanna make real money. And the new copywriting model I'm about to get into builds on all of that heavily, and it makes it so much easier for you to get real results for your clients, resulting in way more money for you. Now, before I break everything down, I have to go over the 4 major problems with traditional copywriting. One is that it has an extremely low barrier to entry. Anybody can just watch some copywriting course, call themselves a copywriter, and then start outreaching to people, spamming people's DMs saying, hey, I'm a copywriter, can I write your copy for me? This has created like a ton of different copywriting NPCs just going around saying, hey man, I made you this email, please use it on your email list and pay me money. In short, think of being a traditional copywriter in 2025 like trying to sell water in the middle of the ocean. That means that it's getting harder and harder to stand out as a copywriter every single day. Problem number 2 is the decreased perceived value of copywriting as a whole, because most business owners see copywriting as just hitting some buttons. And you and I know that because we're copywriters. We know that we make a huge impact to their bottom line, but it's still not perceived that way by a lot of business owners. Copywriting is seen as a commodity rather than just a valuable skill. Problem number 3, of course, is the elephant in the room, which is the huge disruption with AI. Here's where most people get it wrong. AI is not going to replace good copywriters. We already know that, and we've been known that, but it will make copywriting be perceived as less valuable from businesses because they think that they can just go to ChatGPT, ask them to maybe some emails or some copy, and they'll get an awesome draft first ranked. And like I said, I know AI copy sucks, you need to, but the business owners, they have to learn from themselves. And the 4th and final problem is just the scaling ceiling. Even if you overcome all those challenges and you get a few traditional copywriting clients where all you do is write in a document and send it over to them, how much do you really think you're gonna be making with this service? And me personally, I noticed this when I was trying to sell traditional copywriting. I was just starting out doing what everybody was telling me to do, but they always tried to add on more services in copywriting. And that's why my very first copywriting client, I didn't even just make copywriting for. And then all the clients on top of that, I never just wrote the copy for them either. So picture it like this. You have 2 different carpenters. One of them says, I hammer nails into wood. And the other one says, I build homes that you can create memories in for generations. Who do you think charges more, and who do you think is in more demand? See, they both do the same thing. They both hammer nails, but one of them has a much better offer and much better positioning. And I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that in copywriting here in a moment. So with all that being said, can you still become a copywriter in 2025? Well, in short, the answer is yes and none. Well, you have to let me explain. See, copywriting is the fastest way to start making money online. There's just no doubt about it. There is no other business model where you can literally start learning the first week and then get your first couple of clients within less than a month to start making some money. There's actually zero upfront investment unlike any other business model, and getting to 3K or 5K per month is actually pretty easy. But if you want to scale to those $10,000 months plus, it's just going to be considerably harder if all you offer is this somebody who writes some copy. And of course, that is unless you're using the business model that I'm about to show you. So in short, here's exactly how it works. Number one is you start by learning, mastering, and offering copywriting in your first month or two. And the reason why is because if you're trying to offer some sort of other full service, then the problem is essentially like trying to learn 5 languages at once. Like you have marketing, you have email marketing, you have ads, you have organic, you have funnels. I mean, this is all so much. So if you're trying to learn all of these things before you even get into the market, you're basically going to be an old man before you can actually start making some money. But with copywriting, on the other hand, you're learning the basics of marketing at the ground level, and you can sell it as you're actually learning it. Now, that was the first step. The second step is to learn some secondary skills. These are things like email marketing, landing page design, and funnel creation. Now, these make you more valuable, but also more employable. I mean, think of it like this. How many business owners are going to say, yes, I need a copywriter? Not really that much. Let's say it's 5%. How many business owners out there might say, I could use somebody to build my funnels, write my emails, and actually send them out to my email list, and actually create all my landing pages on top of that as well. Now, instead of like just 5% of people who need copy, your offer is actually relevant to maybe 50% of businesses out there, with 10x this the amount of potential clients you can even have. And finally, step number 3 is to actually use more strategy to make your clients money, so that of course you yourself make way more money. And this is the exact business I've been using, promoting, and teaching to my various students. So now I made up an actual chart that you can look at that actually compares the two, so you know exactly what the differences are. We'll take a quick look at that. So traditional copywriting might say, yo, I'm a copywriter, will you hire me? I can write your copy. I've seen this so many different times. Hey man, will you hire me? I'm a copywriter. But the new copywriting model I'm talking about is more like operating an email marketing system that gets you more booked calls from your email list. Because here's the thing, companies don't care about copy. They don't want to buy your copy. They just don't care. They want results. Every single business owner wants what the new copywriting model is offering. However, less than 10% of people are actively looking for a copywriter right now. Let me continue. I wrote 3 emails in 3 hours of what a traditional copywriter might say, but the new copywriting model will say something like, I wrote 3 emails in 1 hour with AI. They're actually using AI to their advantage in order to write more copy in a shorter amount of time so they can make more money and not just get replaced by AI. Finally, the traditional copywriter might say, I wrote persuasive copy for my past clients. But the new copywriting model focuses on results, where they might say, my copy conversion system made my last client $1 million, which again, what my students have already done. Actually, multiple of my students have already gotten their own clients to over $1 million per month. See, that's why this new model sells results and doesn't just sell copy. It lets you use AI to your advantage instead of trying to run from it. And also, it's results focused. You're selling people outcomes and not just get the copy itself. And when I tell you this is so much easier to get clients with, it is not an understatement. And I call this new model being a copy growth part. Now, there's 101 other models that are kind of similar to this that everybody talks about. Something like a brand scaler, or I'm a growth operator, or yeah, man, I'm a full stack copywriter. But again, here's what actually makes the copy growth partner model stand out so much from the others. The first thing is, as a general growth operator, I'm gonna make your business more money with marketing. The problem is that's so vague in general. You are literally trying to learn a whole, again, like 5 languages at once and try to sell it to businesses when you don't even know what you're doing. Whereas when you start as a copywriter, which is a copy growth partner, and what they do, see, you're actually mastering one small thing, learning it and selling it, so you can still learn it and actually learn more when you're already with this business. Essentially, you're using copywriting to get your foot in the door, and that's why it's so effective. So now, here's a framework that I actually made to visualize this. As you can see, as level 1, you are a copywriter. You focus solely on writing copy. That's because it's extremely easy. You're learning, right? This is how you understand all of marketing. Think of it this way. Now, I have a whole entire copywriting business, whereas at first, I was just like you on the other side of the screen, sitting there like, what is copy? How do I write an email? What do I do with the subject line? But you see, all making money is just skilled acquisition. And that's exactly what I'm showing you how to do right here. So as I said, number 1, your copywriter. 2, you're a copy specialist. This is when you master a specific channel like email, like ads, etc. And finally, you are a copy growth partner. This is where you oversee the entire growth strategy. You can make the most amount of money and you are paid for your strategy and not just your time, your effort, or how much emails you can make.
So all in all, what does this even mean for you? Well, number one, if you're a beginner copywriter, don't panic or get spooked. See, copywriting is still the best starting point. And even if I were to start over today, I would still start as a beginner copywriter, just learning copy off the bat. But I would understand that in the future, eventually I'm going to be quitting copywriting in the traditional sense and moving over to more of a copywriting specialist who has secondary skills they can also sell to businesses. That makes me more employable and I can charge higher prices. So if you're a beginner, focus on getting that first $2,000 to $3,000 per month. And then, of course, like I said, learn some secondary skills in order to scale. But I have to stress this. If this video somehow made you discouraged or kind of scared or get some sort of anxiety around copywriting, whether it's the right thing, don't start switching business models. That is absolutely the worst thing that you can do. And you're understanding the message of this video. This message of this video isn't to discourage you from copywriting, but rather for you to see the new opportunity and the new doors that are opening now in the copywriting space. And this is why you should be excited about this opportunity just like I am, because it's a brand new way that you can get an advantage for being early in on this business model before, again, everybody is doing it. Now, of course, this is where most people would say, oh, by the way, I have a $1,000 course over here. But if you know me at all, you know that we don't do that over here. I have a bunch of free courses that I'm actually gonna put on screen right now that will show you not only just copywriting, but also those secondary skills that I was talking about as well. For example, the 8-hour copywriting course has not just copywriting, but also all of those extra skills added into it too. And I also have a free 16-hour course coming up showing you all the ins and outs of making money online in general. And I can't wait to show it to you. So guys, that's it for today. And of course, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.